Welcome back. Let's do some post-surf recovery. So let's do a child's pose first. So take the knees wide, toes to touch or generally to touch. Send the hips back to the heels. Reach the arms out in front of you. Let's do a soft child's pose. So just let the elbows bend. Maybe the forehead comes down all the way to the mat. Feel free to rock the forehead from side to side. A little bit of compression here. Just allow the breath to be long and slow, sinking the hips back toward the heels. And then take an active child's pose. Reach the fingertips out in front of you. Come on to finger pads, little spider fingers. Roll the inner elbows up. Draw the hips back toward the heels. Maybe you start to drop the forehead down to the ground again. And then lift up about halfway. You're going to take the torso over to the right. Really extend long to the left arm. Drop the left shoulder. Left hip to left heel. 2 more breaths here. And then you're going to lift up about halfway. You're going to take it on over to the other side. Reach the right hand long. Drop the chest toward the left thigh. Doesn't have to be all the way there. Maybe onto spider fingers. Just claw at the ground a little bit. Right hip toward right heel. 2 more breaths. Allow the forehead to relax, the jaw to soften. As you're ready, come back to center. Press up to your hands and your knees. Separate out the feet so they're about hips width distance. All right, we're going to do a cow and a cat. Release the belly, lift up the hips, slide the heart forward. Cow pose. Exhale, knit the hips toward the ribs, arch the spine, press the mat away from you, draw the chin to the chest. Then again, inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, draw it in. One more time like this, nice and slow. Expansion on the inhale. And then pull it all in. And come back to neutral. And then you're going to just waddle your hands from side to side until the fingertips point away from each other. Maybe even they point all the way back to the knees. And then start to make some circles with the hips. It's okay if the heels of the hands lift up. You might be getting a little bit of a stretch through the forearms and the wrists, obviously through the hips. And then take those revolutions in the other direction. When you're ready, come back to that neutral place with your hips above the heels, and let's waddle those hands back till the fingertips are pointed forward. Anahatasana, melting heart pose. So keeping the hips over the knees, walk the hands toward the upper corners of the mat. Wrap the inner elbows up toward the sky. Start to descend to the chest, down toward the mat. It doesn't matter if the chest comes down, if the chin comes down. You're just expanding out. And if your shoulders are very, very tight, you might want to take the hands a little bit wider. Just be careful of your shoulders. Move mindfully. Seeking that stretch, seeking that surrender. Releasing the tension through the mouth, through the muscles surrounding the eyes. And then slowly, slowly, really strong, lift up, start to walk the hands back. And then lean forward, slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the ground. We're going to do a little bit of a belly down shoulder stretch. So reach the left hand out, so it's about in line with the shoulder. Thumb generally in line with like your eyebrows, so a little bit north of the shoulder. Press through the right hand, you're going to roll over onto the left. Drop the head to the mat, maybe bend through the right knee, place the foot behind you. Allow yourself to soften through. Again, release any kind of tension that's in the face. And then roll back onto the belly. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Reach the right arm out, about shoulder height, a little bit north of that, so the thumb is about in line with the eyebrow. So you're facing the other direction, roll over onto the right shoulder, maybe bending through the left knee. If it's comfortable with the eyes closed, you don't have to. Surrender here. Just follow your breath. Where can you find the ease? And then roll back onto the belly again. Take the hands alongside the body, press up to your hands and knees. And then just make your way onto your back. Draw the knees into your chest, wind relieving pose, hands to the shins or to the thighs. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Alright, we're going to do a reclined Gomukhasana. So cross the right thigh over the left. Flex through the toes. You're going to curl your chest up so the hands come to the outsides of the shins, maybe all the way down to the ankles, to the outsides of the feet. Release the back to the mat. Flex through the feet. And with the resistance of the hands to the feet or anywhere on the legs, you're going to start to thread the heels down towards the outer hips. And then out again. So you've got this kind of closed up gap between the thighs. So you're really pressing your thighs toward each other. Keep a little flexion through the toes. And then release the feet, unravel, cross the left thigh over the right. Same but different, right? So hands to the, curl it, hands to the outsides of the shins, the ankles are the outsides of the feet, a little flexion to the feet. Start to slowly thread the heels down toward the outer hips. Again, you've got this resistance with the hands. Make of it what you will. Allow the breath to move freely and softly. And then when you're ready, you're going to release the feet, unravel, take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and allow the knees to rock from side to side. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side and press your way up to seated. You're going to extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to take an Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. Seems appropriate. So allow the left leg to extend out, the right knee is bent. Place the foot into the ground. If you'd like, you could even place the foot to the outside of the knee. Right fingertips behind you, fingertips point away, flex through the left toes, inhale, lift up the left arm. And then exhale, twist to the right, either pulling the shin in or elbow to the outside of the thigh. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift up to the crown of your head. Allow the exhales to twist you. Maybe send the gaze over to the right. Notice the breath in this twisted shape. And then as you're ready, release, unravel. You're going to reach the hands all the way out. You're going to swivel onto the other side so the right arm comes out long. Drop the forehead. And then if you want, maybe a little bit like a rock from side to side on the left hip. Might feel like a little bit of a massage. And then lift your way back up to seated. Right leg goes out. Left knee pulls in. Foot to the inside of the right thigh or place it to the outside. Flex through the left toes. Left fingertips point back. Inhale. Lift up the right arm. Little back bend here. Exhale. Either pulling the knee in or elbow to the outside. Alright. Lift up through the crown of the head. Flexing through the right toes. Exhale, find your twist. And then when you're ready, unravel. Gaze to the front. Spin all the way around. Maybe reach out the left arm real far. Drop through the forehead. And again, maybe give yourself a little bit of that wobble from side to side, on the hip, on the bum. And come right back up again. Alright, we're going to take a fire log pose. So what you want to do here is to flex the right toes and let the right leg come down so the shin is about parallel to the short side of your mat. Lean back, flex the left toes, place the left heel on top of the right knee, and start to drop the left knee down toward the right heel. You might not go down very far. That's fine. You might go down pretty far. Maybe adjust the hips and the bum. Lift up to the heart, and if you've got the additional mobility, allow yourself to hinge forward. Move slowly, move carefully. Soften through the jaw. Notice what surrender you can encounter and invite. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. After that second exhale, continuing to soften the jaw, lift up, press yourself up, lean back, hands behind you, uncross the top leg. Take the foot toward the edge of the mat. Do the same with the right foot. And then let the knees just swivel a little bit from side to side. And then we're going to do the same thing, but the other way. So if you're doing it the same way as I am, the left foot is going to be on the bottom. Flex through the foot. Drop the foot down so that the shin is parallel to the front of the mat. Right heel on top of the left knee. Start to drop the right knee down. So what we're looking for is stacked shins. If this isn't possible, that's okay. For one, you might just have a lot of space. If you're like, that still doesn't feel right, adjust the posture. Pull the bottom heel in a little bit closer to you. So, just see where you can go. Lift up to the heart wherever you are. Maybe you stay leaned back, or perhaps start to walk yourself forward. Use the hands as your support. Continue to flex through the feet. Simply know that one side is going to be different from the other. It's just the way it goes. Invite a dissolve. Finding any tension, just letting it dissipate on the exhales. Find a softness. 2 more breaths here. Notice if anything has changed. And then as you're ready, you can start to walk yourself up and back. Lean back if you're not already there. Uncross the top leg. Take the right foot towards the right edge of the mat. Left foot toward the left edge. And then again, just allow a little bit of a pivot from side to side. And then scoot yourself forward just a little bit. Roll onto your back, nice and easy. Take the feet a little wider than the hips. Drop the knees toward each other in constructive rest. Press through the back of your head and your hips to lift up your back. Slide your shoulder blades toward each other and then release the back down. Once again, creating a nice wide space for the low back. Deep breath in, fill up all the way. Feel the rib cage expand, the waistline get larger. Collarbones reach out. Exhale. Release all the way. 2 more times like that on your own. Soften the muscles of the face. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Then release the grippiness of the breath. Resume your natural wave-like breath. And then when you're ready, roll to one side. And then gently press yourself up to seat. Either on your knees, Sukhasana, or something else. Hands to the thighs. Allow the eyelids to close if that's comfortable. Draw the shoulders up and back. Release down the back. Sweep the fingertips toward the sky. Draw the palms together in front of the heart to offer yourself some gratitude, some thankfulness for this body, for these experiences, for this ability to recover, for taking this time for yourself. And as you're ready, blink your eyes open. Welcome back.